Hey guys, Katie Taylor here with scrappinkaty.com, where I show you how to preserve your family's memories through the art of scrapbooking. In today's video, I will be joining the close to my heart Twisted Sisters to bring you one of the brand new products with a different spin on it.
So this catalog cycle for the Twisted Sisters YouTube Hop, this is the brand new October-December catalog. And I have chosen a stamp set and thin cut combo from the back of the book. So on page 55, and we are looking at the Happy Hour stamp and thin cuts. So this is what I will be using today and kind of show you an alternative to the stamp set. You can see some adorable artwork here on the facing page. And then I even made this card using our Irresistibles, and just look how cute that little olive and stick is that go with, or that come with this collection. Again, super cute as is, but today I'll be showing you an alternative. So I have pulled out some toffee cardstock and just some scrap of some brown glitter paper. Now this is old, but we do have our mocha glitter paper that you could definitely substitute in for this technique. And I am just going to cut some of the thin cuts from these two pieces. So mainly I'm going to be using this one, which is more like what you drink mimosas in, and then this one, just super cute. I think there's tons of drinks of that. And then this little guy right here. And I'm really unsure what that is. I think it's a cherry maybe. I'm not sure, but we're going to be using that one as well. And then I may use either the triangle or this little crescent right here, or this half circle, whatever that's called. I guess I need to brush up on my shapes. But I am going to go over to my die cut machine and definitely cut these two out of both the toffee cardstock and the brown cardstock. And then I will be back in just a second.
I wanted to show you that I am taking this little cherry, and I am going to also cut just some little notches out of this fluted glass. And I'm just going to kind of move that around and do that on both pieces.
So I have all my pieces cut, I think. Once we start building, I may have to cut some more. And like I showed you, I took that smallest little, what I thought was a cherry. I took it and went ahead and cut some out of those pieces. And then, of course, right there as well. And I am also going to be using some 3D foam tape and some liquid adhesive for this. So for the pieces, these pieces right here that have the holes cut out of them, I'm going to be doing a technique where we crumple the cardstock. But before I do that, I am going to use the background element stamp set and just create some texture on these pieces before we crumple. And I'm just going to attach this. Again, this one stamp set, you guys see me use it a lot. Of course, this is my most loved, but this one is also just a really good background stamp. Since I'm using the dark side of this cardstock, I'm going to be using mocha ink for this. It does not have to be perfect, so I'm just going to stamp down. And you can see right away the amount of texture that this stamp set alone brings. Isn't that cute? And then we are just going to wipe that ink off of my glass board. And again, because I'm just using it for texture, really don't need solid stamp set, I could just stamp it on here and I didn't have to worry about any foam or anything underneath there. So I am done with the ink and the stamp set, and I'm just going to pull out some water and just spray those. You can immediately see it curling up. I'm just going to pick up some more water, and then you just crumple it. And this is going to add so much texture. This is also a really fun technique to use on floral pieces. Now, since I have holes cut, I want to really be careful not to tear it. Again, just pick up some more of that water. Crumple it up. And you can get it as tight as you want. You can do it as many times as you want. Again, you just want to be careful when you are unfolding it. Okay, so we've got that, and I definitely want these, even though I crumpled them, I want them to dry pretty flat because they are going to be layered on top of those other pieces, and I don't want a whole lot of shrinkage. So I'm just using my fingers to kind of flatten those out.
While these are drying, I'm going to go ahead and start assembling my layout. This is a one-page layout, and I am using the Four Seasons Autumn paper. You can see here it's just got a bunch of dark browns, and then you'll see some of the other patterns that I'm about to bring in. Definitely autumn feel, but again, I am scrapbooking something not so autumn. So I've already pre-cut these pieces, and I am just laying them out, starting with the top and the bottom. And then here is that piece that I used for some of the thin cuts. I thought might as well not make that go to waste. And here is our adorable puppy before a haircut and after. So by now you're probably guessing what I am doing with these thin cuts. If you guessed making a puppy face, that is correct. I just immediately looked at these glasses and thought, that looks like a dog that I used to draw when I was a child, and I would just doodle all the time. And then I thought, you know what, these would be really cute with that little cherry cut out and then some glitter paper from behind. So I've put 3D foam tape on the back of those toffee pieces, but I always like to use liquid adhesive for these glitter sheets. It just sticks a whole lot better. Now I did take that cherry again and I cut 4. And I'm just going to attach those to some circle 3D foam tape. I just cut those and trimmed them down so they would fit perfectly on the back of those. And if you haven't guessed already, I am using these cherries as little dog paws. I am attaching them periodically around the layout, and then I'm going to pull out some loose sequins in the gold. And then just use the tiniest, well, not the tiniest, there's even tinier than these, but these little tiny sequins to actually be the paws. And I'm attaching those with liquid adhesive. Now, the little picker up tool is a wax tool, and it makes it really easy just to pick up those sequins and lay them down onto that liquid adhesive. I also tend to use glue dots, micro glue dots for these as well. But on this one, I decided to go with the liquid adhesive. So now I am going to assemble my little dog face. I've pulled out the black and white dots, and I am going to add the white dots for his eyes, and then the tiniest little black dots on top of that for his pupils. I love our new dots because not only do you get stars and hearts, but you also get the different sizes of the dots that I have come to love with Close to My Heart's embellishments. Now I'm going to pull out the Fabulous stamp set, and there is a bone and then a heart. I'm using that heart upside down for the little puppy's nose, and then I'm going to take a black journaling pen and go ahead and finish off his mouth. Just going to make some little freckles with that same journaling pen, and then we can assemble this little puppy. So over here, his ears will kind of flap out, and then he will go on top. And then I will add some other sequins here and there just to kind of make those paw prints feel like they belong. Now, these sequins, again, they are retired, but we may have some on the website. You'll have to check the links down below. Not only do you have the gold and then kind of the matte gold, but you also have clear. So I've just sprinkled those around, and then I am adding some hearts from the Four Seasons Autumn sticker sheet down in the bottom corners of those photos of our dog. So here are some still shots. Again, I'll leave shopping links down below, as well as information on the playlist where you can catch the rest of the Close to My Heart Twisted Sisters videos. And don't forget that if you are unable to order from any of the shopping links, you can still help me out and my channel simply by liking this video, leaving a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing and signing up for notifications. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Have a wonderful weekend.